Childishly shutting Gibraltar's border would hurt Spain 500 times more than the UK, a prominent businessman on the Rock has claimed. John Bromfield was one of only 823 Gibraltarians who voted for Brexit during the 2016 EU referendum. Despite all the doom-mongering and fear about Spain shutting down its frontier with the British Overseas Territory, Mr. Bromfield claims there would only be one loser. The 75-year-old trader, who has lived on the Rock since 2005, spoke as a far-right Spanish party said it should be liberated from the UK. Dismissing the outlandish statement, he said needlessly cutting off more than £1.3 billion of exports Spain sends to Gibraltar annually would cost it dearly. And a recently installed, roll-on, roll-off port ramp would allow cargo to be shipped in and out quickly without affecting supply, he said. He added, I don't think Spain could close the frontier. On what grounds? It's a democratic country. The EU is a democratic organization. What reason would it close a border? Is there a war on? Secondly, if they did close it out of spite, it would harm Spain 500 times more than Gibraltar and the UK. People in Latin countries have Latin temperaments and the politicians get all uppity. If Barcelona loses to Arsenal, there are problems at the border. It's childish and silly. But it's not in Spain's interests to close a border that has so much material being exported which, because of pound sterling, is at a very good rate. Mr. Bromfield, who campaigned for Gibraltar to vote Leave, does admit that closing the frontier is a worry for many of the Rock's 30,000 inhabitants. He says that Spain knows this, and plays on that fear. But, despite the country's desire to rule Gibraltar, he says that in practical terms shutting the border would cost Spain dearly. He explained, they might threaten to close the frontier because they know it worries Gibraltarians but it wouldn't make sense. Quote, Gibraltar is one of Spain's biggest export markets and a lot of the goods they send there are high-value ones. I think Spain could be difficult if they want to. That's what Gibraltarians have been concerned about since the referendum. Normally it's fine, but once every 2 years there's a week or so of political triggers, which causes Spain to throw its toys out of the pram and be difficult. Would it be legal to close the border? Certainly not. Would it be sensible? That's up to Spain, but I'm pretty sure they'd say no. Thirdly, what are the options for Gibraltar? They are a lot better than they were in the early 80s when the frontier was closed. So I think working in a worst-case scenario, the frontier will only be an issue if Spain makes it an issue, and that will cost it dearly. And even if they did shut the border, I'm sure the United Kingdom would step in and provide everything they need, probably cheaper as well. Mr. Bromfield said that high-level discussions between all concerned parties are currently ongoing.